I've been touched by God through this congregation a lot. In the fall of 2012, I got really sick, and I kept getting sick for almost 18 months. My stomach wasn't working, my legs weren't working, nothing about my body was working, really. But this congregation just came around and supported me. They supported my parents when they were having bad days. They visited me. They sent touching cards and hilarious cards that made the worst days better. And they just really showed me the love of Christ through their actions. When I couldn't stand the smell of food in our house because, for whatever reason, they would bring my parents meals already prepared. When my parents needed to go do something and I needed someone to sit with me at the hospital, someone would come. And that to me means more than all the doctors who couldn't really do anything for me anyway. Even when I thought my life was going to be in a hospital room until the end, I knew that I was loved not only by this congregation, but by Jesus Christ. And that feeling means more than anything else in the world to me.
I've seen Christ not only through the love of the congregation and the support from everyone here, and especially from the team of pastors we have who were kind of relentless in their support. They were there, it seems like, at every twist and turn. And I was especially privileged to see God touch us all one night in November as Kellen's condition was worsening and worsening, and many of the doctors had given up hope. Some of them had encouraged us to make our peace and get comfortable. One night in November, God's presence came over Kellen's hospital room while she slept. And I can't really describe that, the power and the stillness of what came over that room. It's like nothing I've ever experienced. A few hours after that stillness came over her room, she woke up and she said, "I'm not sick anymore." I was disbelieving, in shock. Later that night, she actually got out of bed and took a few faltering steps. She hadn't walked for 6 or 8 months. The next morning, when the doctors rushed in to see what was going on, the doctor was flabbergasted, speechless. The doctor attributed what had happened, the fact that her body appeared to be disease-free, to divine intervention. She said there was no medical or scientific explanation for what had happened and what was continuing to happen. Based on the medications they had her on and attempting to improve her condition, the doctor said she shouldn't be able to walk for roughly 3 to 6 months. But later that day, she was getting around the hospital with the aid of a walker under her own power. So clearly, not only were we touched by the love and support of the folks here at First Presbyterian Church, but those prayers were in the final analysis what made the difference.
There's so much energy here to do more and to keep growing and to keep exploring what God is calling us to do. As soon as you walk in, you are part of the family and you are loved as God desires us to be loved, and that's what I love most about this church.